Senator Hanson,
Nigel Farage has been meeting in the UK top for a while. Is that the high benchmark that you're aiming for yourself as well?
I don't look at any high benchmark other than ourselves, what we want to do for our country. My colleagues and I, we've always fought, regardless, I've been around long before Nigel Farage and long before Trump. So therefore, I've set the record. My record, what I want. Go and look at my speeches, what I've said in the past. I don't back away from anything. I stand up for what I believe in. And that's why now the people are seeing I have been someone who stood my ground over the years, that a lot of things that I've said and done over the years has now happened in our country. Why do you think what's happened in Bondi? Do you think it was by chance? To criticise this, and it is about Islam. It is about the people that we brought into the country. They're not people compatible and suitable for this country. Why do we now have to turn around and make laws to start reining them in? Why don't we look at these people before we allow them into our country? That's what we've got to start questioning.
Islam or extremist?
It is extremist, radical Islamic. It is radical Islam, the fundamentalists. And when we have seen an increase that was advocated by the federal police, an increase in radical Islam and those that are being radicalised in our country has increased. Since 2023, we have a problem.
Ms. Hanson, the Prime Minister said this morning that he was concerned that a rise in what he called right-wing populism can often be a cause of division. What's your response to that?
Yeah.
God.
First of all, what we see is the mechanism of defence from the Prime Minister is to straight away go out and identify. He's straight away gone out and identified us as some sort of radical right-wing group. He talks about I do not want division, and his rejoinder to that is to go straight out and start dividing people. Now, it is an alternate political view, and it has the backing, obviously, of Australian people in how they vote. And it is not radical if it's the truth. The truth is the truth. And, when you say that the people who were inspired by ISIS, who murdered 15 people, who injured 40 others, who did it in broad daylight, who by their own volition under the indoctrination of what was William, Wissam Haddad, it was William Haddad and it was Wissam Haddad, he was a radicalised preacher. And it is ridiculous to say it's got nothing to do with radical Islam. It quite evidently, self-evidently is something to do with radical Islam. And I tell you what is terrible. If that condolence motion just stops in there, everybody's saying empathy, everyone's saying sorry, and that all has to be said. But if there's no action that follows that, if that's where it stops, then what was the purpose of that, apart from sort of some empathetic self-aggrandisement? You actually have to come out from there and say, something went terribly wrong, and we are going to have to do something about it. Otherwise, if it happens again, this time, it is not just a radicalised preacher that is a problem. It is us, because we did nothing.
Senator Hanson,